Hello, welcome to Yin Yoga. Today's peak pose is going to be saddle or a variation of that if that's what you need. And the affirmations today, we are in new moon at the time of this recording, which is also a great time to think about new beginnings. So we often think about new beginnings at the changing of the seasons, and that's great too, or at the beginning of a new year. But each month with that new moon cycle also gives us another way to come into new beginnings without necessarily waiting for a season or a new year. You can constantly restart and seek something out. So I'm going to give you affirmations based on that. Prop, a couple blocks. Bolster is optional, but I will show you an option with that in saddle when we get there. Folded blankets can be good as well. And we will use a strap, belt, stretchy band, whatever it is that you have today towards the end of class. So you'll want to have that one handy as well. All right. Let's start in a nice, comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Giving yourself a slight tuck in the chin. Could you grow a little bit taller from crown to tail? Ears, shoulders, and hips in alignment. And if you're tightening up around the hips like I have a tendency to do, just soften there. Good, nice big breath. Let's go into a nice box breath practice. So we'll do this to 4. We'll inhale, hold, exhale, and hold for 4. If 4 is not your magic number, do what you can. You can always jump right back into it. Let's take a big exhale to prepare. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Return to normal breath. Fingertips to the side. Palms turning up. Inhale, reach, 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 and lengthen. Looking up there at those hands. Exhale, hands and heart center. I kind of gave you intention, the new moon affirmations, new beginnings, but you can always come up with your own. Once you have that set, we'll inhale and reach. Let's take a side bend to the left. Reach, reach, reach here. Sits bones are grounded. Inhale, exhale, move through center, taking that all the way into the other side. Good, sits bones are grounded. And then we'll come back up. Reach, reach, reach. Rotate towards the left, reach towards the left, arms come down. Rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. And if you look behind you, maybe look up a little bit, maybe look down. So find a little stretch through here. Good. And we'll reach and come back to center. Inhale, exhale, rotate, other side, rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. Breathe and expand. And we'll come up and come back to center. Good. From here, we're going to come right onto belly down. We're going to come right into baby swan. Those of you that want to come into the high swan are welcome. My back does a little bit better when I have a folded blanket under the pelvis. So I'm going to bring this in here. Now, this is an option. Some people like it, some people don't. So feel free to, explore, see what your body likes, what it doesn't. I do want the front part of my hip bone and the edge of this blanket to be in that alignment there. There we go. So from here, okay. Now I'm going to demo baby swan for this one, but I will show you high swan just for a moment. So high swan, hands are going to come forward, little side to the shoulders. Belly button is in. Good. And then you can take it a little bit or a lot. Just watch the shoulders. We don't want shoulders to do this. And you want to watch the back. We don't want to hang there. So you want to be supported in both places. I'm going to come on forearms. We'll do this one for about a minute and a half. Good. So from here, when you're ready, rolling shoulders back, zipping up. Find your swan, baby, swan, or high. I'm in baby. My belly button is in. My shoulders are rolled back. I'm going to take my chest a little bit more forward. The top of my feet stay grounded. Good. So the first new moon affirmation, I am aligned with the universe. I am aligned with the universe. Good. Stay with the breath. Try to expand that rib cage on your inhale. When I say breathe into the back body, think about a physician or healthcare provider putting a stethoscope on the back to listen to the lungs, and you're breathing deep. When you do that, you start to breathe into the back body and expand that rib cage. That's what I want you to do. You can also incorporate the Ujjayi pranayama here. And then from here, come down. So we're going to first come into crocodile here. So I'm going to make a little pillow with my hands. I'm going to put my forehead there. You can wiggle, wiggle, wiggle if that feels good to you, or you can be in stillness. I'm just going to breathe here for a moment. And then from here, when you're ready, hands under the shoulders. Good. Find a child pose that would work for your body right now. So my knees are a little cranky. It's a cold morning here in Kentucky, so I'm going to cushion them. But knees can be together. You can take them as wide as your mat or somewhere in between. You can extend the arms long in front of you here with a long spine. Or maybe after that extension, you want a little bit of rounding here. And your hips don't have to come all the way back to your heels. Find where you're comfortable and can breathe. Now, for me, I want a little bit of a rounding child's pose. I'm breathing into that back body. From here, when you're ready, carefully walk those hands in and come out of that child's pose. Now, I am going to just move this folded blanket back a little bit. I'm still going to use it. We're going to come into high dragons. So a lot of times we do low dragons where we take the forearms down to the ground. We're going to do high ones today. So I'm going to use my blocks. They are great to put on the brakes if you feel like you go too deep. Or not to go too deep right off the bat. If you know you shouldn't go deep, for medical reason or what have you, they're great to help you with that. So from here, let's do this dynamically. Oh, You know what? I'm going to reset. We're going to do these for 3 minutes once we get in here. Good. Okay. So I'm going to take my left foot forward and I'm going to square off my hips. So I'm going to take my left hip back. Right hip will come forward. Your back foot can be grounded or lifted. That's going to be a personal preference. But from here, here's my breaks. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to tap and touch, and then I'm going to come back out. I'm going to come in, tap and touch, and come out. And then I'm going to come in. And I don't want to come all the way to my max. Excuse me here. But I do want to roll my shoulders back. I want to make sure that front hip is back. I'm zipped up from pubic bone to behind the navel. Now, I'm a short person. I have short arms. I have to do high plank with my blocks at the highest setting. Those of you that are taller might like it at this setting or this setting. So always find what works for your body. My front heel is grounded. My front knee is over behind the ankle. My back knee is behind the hip. So notice it's not straight down. It's behind the hip. Now, as you settle in, you can kind of take the blocks a little bit more forward and allow your body to do that. You're ready. Good. So next, affirmation. My life is overflowing with limitless potential. My life is overflowing with limitless potential. And for me, that's especially true right now. I started off the new year with about 6 privates. Now I'm at my max at 14. So I've gone even, a little bit more in the double. I'm getting ready to book a business coach to help me figure out the parts of business that I don't like social media posts, marketing, editing, website, all that kind of stuff. Building an online studio. I'm very, very excited. About a minute left. Breathe through it. I'm aligned with the universe. My life is overflowing with limitless potential. Breathe. Remember, any pain, numbness, tingling, burning. You want to come out, relax the shoulders. The stooling mind get a little creepy there. Relax the face. Good. Now from here, when you're ready, we're going to carefully come out of there. Good. Your right side's going to feel a little vulnerable here, so carefully come out. Good. I'm going to extend my left leg long, just coming to a half split pose. And I'm going to use the blocks to help me here too, not come too deep. I just want a little counter stretch. And I've got a long spine. My belly button is still in. I've got a micro bend in this knee, so I don't want it to be locked. Good. And then when you're ready, you can come back in. I'm going to take my knees about hip width apart, and I'm just going to rotate here. I don't do this or cue this all the time, but sometimes I have felt that doing this after high dragons, and in some cases, even after low dragons, it just feels a little bit better, gives the whole body a chance to kind of reset before going to the other side or the next pose. Okay, speaking of the other side, let's take the right foot forward. Good. So as I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and set myself up for success. I want my right hip to come back. Left hip will come forward. I've got my brakes. My belly button is in. I'm just going to come forward and then come back. And come forward and come back and come forward. Good. We'll find that here. We're still zipped up from pubic bone to behind the navel. I'm rolling my shoulders back. I'm not at my mat, so I'm going to let my body sink into that over the 3 minutes as it sees fit. But my front heel is grounded. Hip, knee, and toe always tracking in the same direction. I am aligned with the universe. My life is overflowing with limitless potential. Yeah, the other thing I'm getting ready to do is hire an accountant to do the tax and financial stuff that I don't like to do either. So the more I can kind of hire out things I don't like to do, I can focus more on the things I do like to do and have that happy, healthy, abundant life. And it allows me to do less, but get more. I am divinely supported. I am divinely supported. Always coming back to the breath and always listening to your body. So I need to back off just a little bit here. My left hip flexor is telling me that. So I'm backing off a little bit. If yours tells you that, it's always okay to back off as well. Nothing we do here is worth an injury. Nothing we do is worth an injury. We're still zipped up from pubic bone to behind the navel. Even though you're here in this active high dragon, could you find somewhere to soften? Yeah. And then from here, you want to slowly back off, lengthening that right leg. Good. You still have your break. You've got softness in this knee, long spine, and just get that little counter. So when you're in the lunge, you're stretching kind of more the front. When you're coming here, you're kind of stretching more the back on the opposite side. So you're creating a little bit of balance. And when you're ready, good. I'm just going to bring that knee back in. Good. Again, if it would feel good to you to do a little sway, feel free to do that little sway. And then when we're ready, we're going to have a seat. I'm going to move my blocks out of the way here. And I'm just going to fold this blanket up. So we're going to come into a log stack here. Some traditions call that fire logs, fire stacks, or double-legged pigeons. Good. I'm going to sit on the edge of my folded blanket, and we're going to do these for 2 minutes on each side, and I'll give you a variation that you can do if you want to get into the shoulders as well. I'm going to start with my left leg here as my base leg, so it's going to be the bottom leg. My right leg is going to come on top. Now, you want to try to stack these on top of each other, so ankles and knees. If that's not possible for you, being that you've got a lot of space up here, take a blanket or a block or a pillow or something that you have and fill that space in, because a floating joint here is a risky joint if you're going to choose to fold forward. Okay, so that's an option for you there. The other option, if this is still just too much, take your top leg and put it forward. Okay, so find what you want to do there. I'm just going to sit here for a moment with hands in prayer. And I'm breathing. I'm growing tall from crown to tail. I invite new ways of thinking into my life. I invite new ways of thinking into my life. Good. Now that you've kind of been here for 30 seconds or so, you can stay here. If you want to incorporate upper body, take your arms out. My right leg is on top. I'm going to take my right arm on top. You can hug yourself, lifting elbows up and down, or you can find a wrap here. You find what you need, what would work for you. And then you can choose to stay here, or with a long spine, you can choose to fold forward. Now we're still breathing into the back body. We're not letting that belly engagement go just because we're folding forward. So we're still zipped up and in from pubic bone to behind the navel. I invite new ways of thinking into my life. I am divinely supported. I am aligned with the universe. My life is overflowing with limitless potential. So from here, good. We'll come up if you took the fold. We'll undo the wrap. If you took that, we'll undo the legs. Good. And you can windshield wiper if you want to. I'm going to take my legs long and just shake them out. And then when you're ready, we'll take that all to the other side. So now my right leg, or whatever leg that you use on top, is going to be your base. Good. Your base leg now from the other side is going to be the top. So again, fill in any space here if you can. And one side might be different than the other side. So I'm pretty good today. So I'm going to stay right here. I don't need my blanket today. Good. And then from here, I'm going to grow up nice and tall. Coming back to breath, I'm zipping up and in. So blessings for new beginnings. Blessings for those limitless possibilities. Good. Now from here, if you want to go into that wrap, arms out to the side, whatever leg you have on top, that's the arm that's going to be on top. This time it's going to be my left. So you can hug yourself, lift and lower, find that sweet spot, or you can wrap. And then when you're ready, long spine, zipped up, front body. We're going to fold forward if you want to. Folding forward here is optional. You want to try not to collapse. So I'm not collapsing, taking my arms to the floor. Welcome in new ways of thinking, new ways of being. Return to the breath. Good. And carefully come up from the fold, undo the arms. If you took that, shake that out. Carefully undo the legs. You can windshield wiper here or take your legs forward and just shake it, shake it, shake it. All right. So I'm going to reset here back for 3 minutes. We're going to go to a half straddle fold and then a half straddle side bend before we come into the saddle. So from here, I'm going to start. I'm going to take my right foot in. My left foot leg is going to come out. I'm going to reset my hips to an anterior tilt on this folded blanket. So what that means is I'm tilting my hips forward. So my hip bones come forward and my tailbone goes backwards. Good. If you need support under this leg, take that support. From here, big inhale and reach. Oops, take my timer with me. And we'll fold forward, long spine. When you can come no more, hands can come down. Come right before your edge. Breathe and expand. I open myself to my highest good. I open myself to my highest good. That's a nice question. What is your highest good? What does that look like for you? For me, that's self-care. If I'm in good self-care, then I can be my highest good, my highest self. Self-care for me is creating a life that I'm not constantly trying to escape from. Goes a lot deeper than an occasional dessert, facials, massages, bubble baths, all those things, which are all great. Those are all great, but go deeper than that. Breathe and expand. Your body will let you know when it's safe to go deeper. Will also let you know when it's not safe to go deeper. Pain, numbness, tingling, burning are indications you've gone too deep, too far, and you want to back off until you don't feel those. Breathe and expand. Okay. From here, carefully walk up from there. We're going to take this into a side bend to this left side, your outstretched side. If you need to bring a block or something in here to bring the floor up higher to you, you are welcome to do that. This is only going to be about a minute. So from here, I'm going to inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, I'm just going to side bend over. You can reach for that foot or reach for the floor. And I'm breathing, I'm expanding the thigh. I open myself to my highest good. I am divinely supported. I am aligned with the universe. My life is overflowing with limitless potential. And your body will gradually let you know when it's okay to side bend a little deeper here. When you're ready, good, we'll take that back up. We're going to take that series to the other side. So from here, good, I'm going to switch out. Right leg's going to come back. Left foot's going to, or right leg's going to come out rather. Left foot's going to come in. Good. So from here, readjust that pelvis if you need to. And when you're ready, big inhale in, reach. Exhale, lean forward, long spine, belly button is in, hands can come down. 3 minutes right here. When I open myself to my highest good, I open myself to my highest self. I ask you what your highest good looks like. What does your highest self looks like? It's a little bit different. Remember, your body will let you know when it's safe to sink deeper. You can always fill in the space with a bolster or a couple blocks or folded blankets to support you as well. Good. So here, carefully come up from there. We're going to take that side bend now to the side. You can have a block here if you need that for support. When you're ready, big inhale, exhale, find that little side bend. Find where you want to put the hand. You can reach for the foot, you can also reach for the floor. Breathe and expand into that side body. My life is overflowing with limitless potential. I am divinely supported. So one of the things I've kind of harped on lately is changing your thought versus self-defeating thoughts, like I suck, my life sucks, everything sucks, that sort of thing. You attract what you put out there. So I've put out good vibes. My business has just over doubled. Okay. So believe in yourself. Positive affirmations. Good. We'll take this back up and come up. That doesn't mean it happens instantaneously, but you attract what you put out. Put out positive things will come back to you. Okay, let's get into saddle. So from here, I'm going to show you a couple different things. Those of you that have practiced with me for a while know that you can always come into half saddle. And if you've got a knee issue, half saddle is where I would prefer you to be, actually, because it's a little bit less intense. So you can always build up your blanket. You can stack and sit on blocks here. You can sit on a bolster here. But what that looks like is you will have one leg forward. Good. And then your other leg, that knee and foot's going to come, the knee's not going to come back, but the lower leg and the foot's going to come back. Okay. You want this knee to be grounded, and you don't want any pain here. Stretching is okay. Pain, then, is tingling or not. So if you feel that, build yourself up higher, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. And then you can always kind of rub. A lot of people have tight connective tissue here, so and even all the way down here. So you can always do that. Okay. Those of you that are going to move on from there and go into full saddle. Today, I'm going to sit on a bolster, and I'm going to show a modification that you can do with blocks while sitting on the bolster if you have other aspirations here. I'll show you why. So from here, I'm just going to kind of straddle this bolster just a little bit here, and I'm just going to sit on it. I'm sitting on the edge. So both legs are to the side. You can also build yourself up here, sitting up on blocks. So my blocks are higher than my bolster. You can do that, or folded blankets. Now, I'm going to just put these blocks to the side. Find where you want to be. We're going to do this one for a minute and a half. So those of you that have a half, you have somewhere to go. If you're going to be in the full with me, you'll be here for about 3 minutes. Good, but while I'm sitting here, I'm nice and tall. My shoulders are relaxed. I'm zipped up. And you can always, kind of rub to the side. I shouldn't have said a full saddle, a full 3 minutes. If you're in the full saddle, you'll get a little break about halfway through. So to give our friends some time to reset for the other side if you're going. Now, this is one, when I first came to yoga, I could just plop right into, no problem. As I got older and had different injuries and different things going on, that wasn't always possible. So really only really at the start of this year, after several years, many years, have I been able to gradually come back into this one. So be patient with yourself. I don't want to say can't. Better word is saying I'm not capable right now, because there are things I am doing now that I used to not be able to do. Didn't think I was going to be able to do, but here I am. Good. So that's halfway through. If you did a half saddle, carefully come out of there, shake something out, reset for the other side. Full saddle people, you can come up here for a little break. You can kind of take one leg out to the side if you need to do a stretch, and then the other. And then whenever you're ready, you can settle back in there. Now for this last half, good, I'll show you something that I'm going to do with my block. So it is not safe for me right now to take my back all the way back here and saddle, even with the support of this bolster. So, but I do want to go back a little bit. And so what the blocks are going to do, and I'm putting these blocks right next to my feet, is they're going to bring the floor up a little bit higher. So I don't have to reach down and have my fingers doing this. Instead, I can be down here. Okay. All right. So be how you want to be, zip up, sit up. Otherwise, you can lean back just a little bit, support yourself. My belly button is in here. I'm not collapsing through my lower back. Good. How about another affirmation? I am beginning a new and exciting path. I am beginning a new and exciting path. For me personally, that's going to be primarily business, but that's exciting to me because I'm doing what I love to do. So I'm putting plans in place to be able to create more and different content, not just online studio, but the health coaching content, programs, chakra specialty programs, beginner series for yin, flow, and Pilates mat, content of Pilates reformer, all different kinds of things. Meditation. So like if everything else becomes too much, come out. And remember, we never want a knee to be floating in the air. Always grounded. Good. Now from here, I'm going to carefully come up from there. Good. I'm going to shake out my wrist, shake out my arms. Good. Roll over to one side if you're in the half or coming up. Now, I'm just going to roll forward here. I'm going to stretch one leg out and shake it. And then the other. Good. And then from here, we're going to make our way onto our back. So I'm going to kind of move things out of the way of my space. I may come to this bolster for Shavasana later, so I'm just going to keep that handy. Blocks you probably won't need. I will take you through a stretch and a twist with your foot into the strap. So if you're going to go there and can't keep your leg in line with the hip on your own, a block or a bolster folded blanket for that support is highly recommended. Do grab your strap, belt, stretchy band, whatever it is that you have. And once you come down there, just take a moment to kind of settle into your space and get a nice windshield wiper. Belly button is in when we do windshield wiper because you're going into a slight rotation here. Okay, let's start. Right side, right foot into the strap. Good. From here, just kind of do that little dynamic twist, or not twist, but dynamic tug here. And then when you're ready, you can choke up a little bit if you'd like. Lean in. You just want to feel a stretch. No pain, numbness, tingling, or burning. And we have a light bend in this knee here. Shoulders are relaxed. Upper body is grounded, and breathe. The more you take the heel to the ceiling and toes towards the face, a deeper stretch you'll find in the back. From here, when you're ready, I'm going to lengthen my left leg. Both straps are going to come into the left hand. Good. And I'm going to start by arcing over and finding my sweet spot. And you can wiggle around here to find it. Some of you might even choose to stay here depending on how you feel, what's going on in your body. Others, again, might take this all the way over into that twist. Too close to the wall here. There we go. Keeping leg in line with the hips so we don't let the foot flop on the floor. And then you can look in the other direction, full spinal twist. I release what no longer serves me to make space for new beginnings. I release what no longer serves me to make space for new beginnings. And when you're ready, we'll bring that leg back in. Good. From here, I'm going to scoot back over. Okay. Just do a midair switcheroo here if you can. Good. So again, find that little dynamic movement. Forward, little tug. Forward, little tug. Forward. You can choke up a little bit here. Softness in that knee. Maybe taking the heel towards the ceiling. Toes towards the face. Breathe into it. I align myself with the universe. I'm aligned with the universe. I welcome new ways of thinking. I am beginning an exciting path. Good. We'll release here. Right leg's going to come long, both straps into the right hand. You can do the arc over, wiggling around, finding what you need, or you can do that full spinal twist, keeping leg in line with the hip, and maybe looking into the other direction. I am divinely supported. And when you're ready, we'll bring that back into center. We'll remove that foot from the strap. Good. Grabbing behind the knees in towards the shoulders or the chest. You can rock a little bit here. You can come up and hug yourself. And we're going to go right into Shavasana. So I'm going to come up a little bit here because I want to grab my bolster. I want to use my bolster into Shavasana today. I'm going to put my legs right over that bolster. Good. And because I happen to have another blanket over here I didn't use, I'm going to place that blanket right across the hips, just for a little bit more grounding here. And then once you find where you're going to be for your Shavasana, I will leave you with this final affirmation. I embrace this new beginning. I embrace this new beginning. Taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness, or gently take head and neck from side to side, maybe moving fingers and toes. Choosing stillness, or taking knees into the chest or to the shoulders. Choosing to keep that upper body grounded, or maybe lifted into a full body hug. And choosing stillness, removing any props out of the way that you may have used during Shavasana time. Taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips, the edge of the toes. Full body stretch, point and flex those feet. Bend and stretch those hands, rolling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then from here, whenever you're ready, carefully bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over onto your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Taking all the time that you need here. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat where we started our practice. Noticing how you feel. Taking in all of these affirmations. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Looking up there. Exhale, hands and hearts. Taking a moment to pause and reflect. We'll take thumbs to the forehead for good and true thoughts, to our lips for good and kind words, to the heart for open and loving heart. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe, may you stay well, may you not be afraid, or of new thoughts and new beginnings. Namaste.